This is S. Lee Tepper of Tepper Consulting, and followed by Aaron Upchurch.
Awesome.
Welcome to committee.
Hello, my first name is Shauna. If you'd like to look up my licensure, I know I look very young. So I'm a licensed therapist, and I go by Lee because it is more gender affirming for me. Thankfully, my parents blessed me with a gender neutral middle name. So, all right, Chairman Rogner?
Rogner.
Yeah, I've heard it so many times.
It's a hard one, too.
It's like when you hear the same word like all the time. Anyway, and members of the Ohio Senate Government Oversight Committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify in opposition to House Bill 68. I'm going to try and piecemeal this a little bit to respect everyone's time. My name is Lee Tepper. I use they, them, theirs pronouns. I'm a lifelong Ohioan. I've never lived anywhere else. I never want to. And a non-binary, independently licensed social worker with supervisory designation. I serve Ohioans as an outpatient behavioral health practitioner. I have a private practice, Tepper Counseling, and it is highly successful as I see a lot of queer people and they want to see someone who they see themselves in, right? I'm a queer person and it's kind of hard to come by these days. I specialize in the clinical care of LGBTQIA persons to include young people, adults, and families. Like everyone has said before, I provide evidence-based, ethical, and professional services rooted in best practices of trauma-informed care, gender-affirming care, and most of all, person-centered approach. Currently, I serve on the board of directors of Ohio's longest and largest standing organization to serve LGBTQIA plus youth. I'm sure you're all familiar at this point, Kaleidoscope Youth Center. I'm testifying to offer my expertise, my clinical perspective, and opposition to this harmful, discriminatory, and ill-informed bill. This bill directly damages and risks the lives of our young people, creating a ripple effect of harm for all individuals in Ohio. This includes parents, teachers, school staff, mental health professionals, and anyone with a connection to a young person in Ohio. We all have heard the facts. We know that there's a lot of mental health disorders, a lot of comorbidities, and I want to say that I directly treat the depression, the anxiety, and the traumatic stress that results from proposed legislation such as this. Today, I saw clients before I came in, and a lot of us were talking about how do we get through another hearing? How do we watch it, and how do we stay informed without harming ourselves because our lives are up for debate? It's difficult to refer to this legislation as a bill, as in my opinion, it is clearly and simply a state-sanctioned attack on young people who just want to attend school like all their other peers. The negligent nature of this legislation is a clear display of an inflammatory performance of willful hatred, fear-mongering, and propaganda like coercive contempt for some of our most vulnerable Ohioans. The negligence is evidenced by the vast dismissal of factual and statistical truths, among those being that students who feel safe and supported in school have better educational outcomes. If there is any one point I wish for you to take with you today, it is this. One's ability to understand or comprehend. I'm gonna wait for this buzzer so we actually have this moment. Woo. It's like basketball. I was horrible at basketball. Oh man. So okay, this is the good one. All right, one's ability to understand or comprehend the experience of another is not a prerequisite for the recognition of human dignity, nor the provision of compassion and kindness. It's okay to not understand. I don't understand the experience of anyone else aside from my own. I'll never understand the experience of what it's like to be a Black woman, and I can't ever speak to that, and I never want to. I'd love to listen. It is in no way a barrier for me to extend empathy to you and your experience, and above all, trust you. I think what this bill is saying to all Ohioans, and as a therapist, reflective listening, right? What I'm hearing you say is, I don't trust you. To families, to parents, I don't trust you. To our professionals, right? Our psychiatrists, our therapists, our school counselor, everybody that has been in this room today and everyone in the state of Ohio, this bill says, I don't trust you. I don't trust your expertise. I don't trust your experience. I don't trust what you know about yourself. I don't trust your parenting. And it sends the message that we are, the constituents said, I trust you, right? My vote says I trust you. And it's looking back at us saying, I don't trust you though. Ultimately, I will encourage you to say no and vote no on HB 68. And I will say proudly and clearly that in an effort to best support Ohio's young people, parents, and families congruent with the professional and ethical standards of the social work field, I will continue to proudly provide gender-affirming care, which is also synonymous with life-saving care. Thank you. I will welcome any questions at this time.
Thank you for your testimony. Do you have any questions for
Absolutely.
this witness? No? All right.
You
Seeing
sure?
none. Thank you.
I'm the therapist we're all talking about, right? Like, I provide gender-affirming care. Do you want to know anything?
No, it doesn't look like they have any
Okay.
questions at the moment, but thank you for being
Call
here.
me if you need me.
All right. We've got your information. Thank you.